I thought you were just waiting for me to keep talking, and I was like, I don't know. Okay, am I looking at you? I'm supposed to look, okay.
Look at both.
Okay. My name's Sophie Varney. I'm 15, and I'm a sophomore at Porter Central High School. I like hanging out with my friends. I like watching Netflix. I like hanging out with my family, just playing games with them and stuff. But softball is definitely the biggest thing I like to do.
And TikTok.
Oh, and TikTok, yes. I'm a very adamant TikTok user.
She was an exhausting child. Every day had to be an adventure for Sophie. She's the kid that would come into the kitchen every morning and say, like, what are we doing today?
She would always hang out with us.
Always down to like kickball in the yard, like wiffle ball.
Probably one of the most active kids I've ever seen, honestly.
When she was in 9th grade, she won the homecoming princess for her class.
She's got a little attitude. She's spice. She's our little secret sauce. For 2 weeks, I think we were walking around certain that the end was near. And it's just not fair. So we weren't sure what was going on. Her travel coach had told us that she was tilting her head a little bit to field the ball.
And I noticed she was becoming very right-eye dominant in her swing when she plays defense, a little bit of everything.
We talked about it when we were driving home, and she said she sometimes sees double, which was a huge red flag. So we went to the pediatrician, and they sent us for an MRI, and then they called us and said that she had a brain tumor and we needed to come in right away. So I think the hardest part about this particular diagnosis is the fact that it's inoperable and considered terminal. And certainly that was something at 14 that we never thought we would be looking at. And then we just woke up and decided that we were gonna dig in and fight and not give up. And after that, we got a lot stronger. Now we're 14 months into a 9-month diagnosis, and she's still doing well. She looks good, she feels good.
So Sophie has this ongoing therapy in our clinic on a clinical trial. She's doing quite well, and we're excited to see that she's doing better than we would have expected at this point.
Part of the key to our success is that we're able to stay in our own environment. She could go to school all day, and I'd pick her up at 2:20. We'd run over to Ann Arbor. She'd do 15 minutes of radiation. We'd bus back and home in time for dinner. And we did that 30 days in a row.
We were in the car for 3.5 hours. I would always have blankets and my headphones to listen to music and stuff in the car. And then in the waiting room to go into treatment, I would always play Mario Kart on their little Wii there.
Sophie has a courage to the way that she approaches this condition and this treatment that is pretty rare. I talk to my teens, and most of them appropriately develop some anxiety and worry and sleepless nights. And I talked to Sophie and check in with her about that, and she said, I think I'm okay.
I want to keep my life as normal as possible. I don't want that to be the main focus of my life. I don't want to be always thinking about it.
I think it's all part of her saying, it's not going to impact her, has led to her doing better.
I want to go to college, I want to grow up, I want to have a family, and in DIPG, I want there to be a cure.
Our hope would be that families never have to Google DIPG and have it say there's no cure and no hope for a cure and no percentage of people living. We want that extra subset that's called living with DIPG. We want that subset to exist.
The ChadTough Foundation has been doing so much, and I think without them in Michigan Medicine, I probably wouldn't be here.
So in that little Dory movie where she says, I just keep swimming, we say we just keep swinging.